From your mouth comes knowledge and understanding. Tonight, remind them, because we all forget from time to time, especially in the noisiness of what passes for political debate today, that they are not only leaders but also servants, and that it is their responsibility and ours to serve the common good of all. Tonight, remind them that no matter where we live, everyone is our neighbor, our sibling. Remind them that throughout the ages, prophets have called the leaders of the people to respect and protect the least of those among us. Tonight, grant them and us the wisdom and courage to know and to do what is right and good and true. May they and we speak out when it is time to speak out, and listen patiently and receptively when it is time to listen. May they and we always be guided by the spirit of community, by the spirit of justice, and by the spirit of love. Thus we pray in the name of all that we hold sacred and holy, all that we hold good and right and true. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, sir.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, Clerk Young.
Councilwoman Parson.
Here.
Councilwoman Fox.
Here.
Councilwoman Horton.
Here.
Councilman Smith.
Here.
Councilwoman Taylor.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Cornman.
Here.
Mayor Davis.
Here.
We do have a quorum.
Any member of the City Council may disclose any possible conflict of interest dealing with either any item on the printed agenda or with any matter discussed at a previous meeting. Seeing none, citizens' input. Each person in the audience may take this opportunity to address the City Council on any matter which is not on the printed agenda. I believe we have a Miss Coretta Bishop. If you'd like to address the council, please state your name and address at the podium, please.
My name is Coretta Bishop. My address is 945 Ivadine Drive, Poplar, Bluff, Missouri. This is Executive Director of the Northside, Poplar Bluff Northside Community Center, Annie Hinton. She is standing with me this evening. May I please approach the council?
Yes, ma'am, go ahead. Yes, ma'am.
What Ms. Henning is passing out is a list of things that we at the Northside Community Center at 1450 Garfield Street is in need of to continue operations and to begin submitting programs for the community, such as senior programs, young adult, youth, and we're focusing on all ages and all walks of life. So some of the things that are needed for this building, the spreadsheet that I've given you, the first 2 pages are just kind of a short list of what needs to be done immediately, as soon as possible, with the exception of the water heater at the bottom. The last 3 pages is an assessment where we had the city inspector as well as a detective come out to look at the building and tell us what things would be needed, what needs to be done, and that is a long-term goal. Our immediate short-term goal is to see if we could acquire funding through the American Rescue Plan Act, which states that this plan includes efforts to promote the economic recovery, such as assistance to households, small businesses, or nonprofits or industries. So with that being said, we were aware that there was funding available, and due to that, we have decided to come to the council to request if we would be able to get an allocation of funds to assist us with these goals. The spreadsheet that I compiled, the last 3 pages, we were only able to get a few of the items on there to get an estimate on. So the estimate total is on the 3rd page as to what we have so far. And that includes the majority of the things that are on the first 2 pages. Are there any questions?
So your request is the 439049?
Yes, that is what we have at the moment. That's what we have, the actual cost that we have listed on that spreadsheet for those particular items. There will be more things that will need to be added, but we cannot get people in enough time to give us the accurate estimates for like the cleaning and sanitation of the coolers that will no longer be used, that will be used for storage. We also had requested at some point that maybe if city council would be willing to come and do a walkthrough. I think the last time everyone was there was in 2018 when they had the Mayor with the Breakfast event. Was it Breakfast with the Mayor? I'm sorry, with the Mayor event. So there hasn't been any city walkthrough since then, and I think it would be a good idea for you to see that what we're planning. We're trying to institute a computer lab. Right now, according to the inspector, we are able to function with the main reception room and the kitchen. Our restrooms and everything are functional. Everything in the building is functional. But we did get some donations of computers. So we are trying to implement a computer lab to assist with tutoring and mentorship. We are trying to establish a mentorship program for grades more or less than 6th grade and up. We have spoken with people regarding a senior exercise program that they had before in the community center. And due to COVID, a lot of those things had to end. We've also spoken with some regarding Tai Chi. We've spoken with the Quilt Guild that is interested in providing some quilting classes or short lessons. We also have monthly programs going on regarding the holidays of the month and awareness programs as well. For each month that has like an awareness, like October would be breast cancer awareness, February would have been American Heart Awareness. You know, there are different things that we do have lined out for the community center. But in order for us to fully function, we need to get some funds in to finish up some of the repairs that need to be done.
Ms. Bishop, our time is up on this, but we thank you. And what you're saying, to summarize, your purpose of this is a computer lab for certain target groups, primarily young adults and youth, and that's an admirable purpose. But this is something that we need to look into, and we will look into, and I appreciate you coming forth with this to bring this information, and we will bring this under consideration.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for bringing this forward. Is there anyone else that would like to address the council at this time? If not, we will move on to the consent agenda. The items on the consent agenda are approved by a single action of the City Council. If any council member would like to have an item removed from the consent agenda and considered separately, he or she may request to do so.
Mr. Mayor, I believe we received all of the items in our packet. With that being said, I move that we accept the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Consent agenda is approved. Section 8, workshop items for discussion. Item A, the City Council will consider a loan agreement with the Missouri Transportation Finance Corporation regarding the Route 67 Phase 1 project. Mr. Winters?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So this is actually you have already as a council agreed to this loan. The changes in the anticipated bid date and construction date have delayed the need for a distribution from this loan, which has pushed back our payment schedule. So this is an amendment that's amending that amortization schedule and our payments on that original loan that you'd approved for phase 1 of the Highway 67 project.
I'll make a motion to move to tonight's voting session.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item B, the City Council will consider change order number 2 for the Poplar Bluff Police Department building project. Mr. Winters?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So this is the second change order for the police station construction project. After talking with the architect today, probably see one more change order towards the end of the project to kind of wrap everything up. So this should be the last one until this summer. And we'll just kind of run through the items on the change order real quick. The first item is to add power to the front door auto operators. It was noticed during the review for the door hardware that there was not power supplied to the automatic door operators. That was an addition of $802. The second item is to add a carbon monoxide and NOx system to the Sally port. During the review of the shop drawings for the building systems, it was noted that the controls that were called out for the associated sensors to make this carbon monoxide and NOx system in the Sally port work weren't there. This would be an addition of $12,601. The next item is relocating some equipment in the Sally port. During the coordination of with all the equipment that's going onto the north wall of the Sally port, it was noticed that there was not power for the air compressor, and power needed to be added also for the ice machine that's in the Sally port. This is an addition of $2,986. The next item is adding insulation to office number 114. This was requested by the department to add some acoustical insulation to the office in an effort to make it more consistent with other offices in the building. This was an addition of $843. Next item, CP12, was to add an Active Directory module to the access control systems. This has we have the ability to add this Active Directory integration to the security systems to manage the credentials for the access control. So the doors will be, all the doors inside and outside the building will be operated by key cards. This module lets them manage that all internally. It was an addition of $1,380. Door hardware revisions. There were a few things that were noted in reviewing the shop drawings. The electric strikers for 2 of the doors, they added a buzzer function so the doors can be released remotely. 16 doors added the card readers. 2 of the doors were marked incorrect and had to be corrected. Replacement frames were needed for that. And 3 exterior doors, the original hardware would not work properly, so that had to be corrected. That's an addition of $8,591. The next item, electrical rough-in modifications. During the coordination with the furniture systems, it was noticed that there was a conflict with the volume control rough-in locations that, if installed, they would be behind the furniture systems. Those locations were moved. It was also noticed that a rough-in for a security monitor did not have the power identified to that location, so power was added. The furniture layout for room 105 needed to be flipped from the original design in the contract documents. This required moving the rough-in and blocking for the media monitors in that office, and this was a total addition of $725. If you will recall, when this project was bid, The bidders were instructed to include a $350,000 allowance in their bid to cover items like this. With this second change order, there's $173,630 left in the balance of that allowance.
I just have a quick question.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm reading all this past tense, so I'm assuming all this has already been done.
The majority of it has.
Okay.
I make a motion to move to the March 7th voting session.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Action required items. Item AA, Bill number 8365. The City Council will take action on an ordinance regarding the amendment to Poplar Bluff Code of City Ordinance, Section 625.120 AD, relating to its gross receipts taxed in order to conform with the Missouri law.
Motion for first reading of bill number 8365.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Counselor?
An ordinance amending the City of Poplar Bluff, Missouri Code of City Ordinances, Section 615.120 A and D, relating to utility gross receipts tax for the City of Poplar Bluff, Missouri.
Clarification, is that 615 or 625?
615.120.
This shows 625-120 on AA.
On the agenda.
Yes.
You've got this.
And it should be 615?
Yeah, I see that on the, but it's an amendment to 615.
It is an amendment. There's an error on the agenda. I apologize.
So it's
Yeah.
615-120.
I believe the ordinance is correct as read.
It is.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, we had a first reading and a second reading approved. Do we have a motion?
We didn't
No
second.
second.
Motion for second reading.
Right. Do we have a motion for second reading?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Counselor?
An ordinance amending the City of Poplar Bluff Code of City Ordinances, Section 615.120 A and D, relating to utility gross receipts tax for the City of Poplar Bluff, Missouri.
Motion for adoption of bill number 8365.
Second.
Questions, comments? If none, roll call, Clerk Young.
Councilwoman Parson?
Yes.
Councilwoman Fox?
Yes.
Councilwoman Horton?
Yes.
Councilman Smith?
Yes.
Councilwoman Taylor?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Cornman?
Yes.
Mayor Davis?
Yes. Bill number 8365 has been adopted. Item BB, Bill number 8366. The City Council will take action on an ordinance amending the fiscal year 2022 budget ARPA funds.
Motion for first reading of bill number 8366.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Counselor?
An ordinance amending the 2022 fiscal year budget for the City of Poplar Bluff, Missouri.
Motion for second reading of bill number 8366.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Counselor?
An ordinance amending the 2022 fiscal year budget for the City of Poplar Bluff.
Motion for adoption of bill number 8366.
Second.
Any questions or comments? Roll call, Clerk Young.
Councilwoman Fox?
Yes.
Councilwoman Horton?
Yes.
Councilman Smith?
Yes.
Councilwoman Taylor?
Yes.
Councilwoman Parson?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Cornman?
Yes.
Mayor Davis?
Yes. Bill number 8366 has been adopted. Item CC, Bill number 8367. The City Council will take action on an ordinance accepting a bid for the purchase of a tractor and accessories for the Poplar Bluff Municipal Airport.
Make a motion for the first reading of bill number 8367.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Counselor?
An ordinance accepting a bid from Greenway Equipment, Inc. for mowing equipment and warranties for the City of Poplar Bluff Airport.
Motion for second reading of bill number 8367.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Counselor?
An ordinance accepting a bid from Greenway Equipment, Inc. for mowing equipment and warranties for the Poplar Bluff Airport.
Motion for adoption of bill number 8367.
Second.
Questions, comments? Roll call, Clerk Young.
Councilwoman Horton,
Yes.
Councilman Smith,
Yes.
Councilwoman Taylor,
Yes.
Councilwoman Parson,
Yes.
Councilwoman Fox,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Cornman,
Yes.
Mayor Davis.
Yes, bill number 8367 has been adopted. Item DD, bill number 8368. The City Council will take action on a loan agreement with the Missouri Transportation Finance Corporation regarding the Route 67 Phase 1 project.
Motion for first reading of bill number 8368.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Counselor?
An ordinance authorizing the mayor to execute an intergovernmental cost share supplemental agreement between the City of Poplar Bluff, Missouri, and the Missouri Highways and Transportation Commission relative to the Highway 67 project Phase 1.
Motion
For second reading of bill number 8368.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Counselor?
An ordinance authorizing the mayor to execute an intergovernmental cost share supplemental agreement between the City of Poplar Bluff and the Missouri Highways and Transportation Commission relative to the Highway 67 project Phase 1.
Motion for adoption of bill number 8368.
Second.
Questions, comments? Roll call, Clerk Young.
Councilman Smith,
Yes.
Councilwoman Taylor,
Yes.
Councilwoman Parson,
Yes.
Councilwoman Fox,
Yes.
Councilwoman Horton,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Cornman,
Yes.
Mayor Davis.
Yes, bill number 8368 has been adopted. Item EE, resolution number 1967. The City Council will take action on a resolution regarding a recommendation from the Municipal Utilities Advisory Board for the annual net metering disclosure.
Motion for the reading of resolution number 1967.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Counselor?
A resolution approving and adopting an annual net metering report for the City of Poplar Bluff Municipal Utilities Department.
Motion for adoption of resolution 1967.
Second.
Questions, comments? Roll call, Clerk Young.
Councilwoman Taylor,
Yes.
Councilwoman Parson,
Yes.
Councilwoman Fox,
Yes.
Councilwoman Horton,
Yes.
Councilman Smith,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Cornman,
Yes.
Mayor Davis.
Yes, resolution 1967 has been adopted. Item FF, resolution number 1968. The City Council will take action on a resolution regarding the recommendation from the Municipal Utilities Advisory Board for the disposal of antiquated records.
Motion for reading of resolution 1968.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Counselor?
A resolution authorizing the destruction of antiquated records by the City of Poplar Bluff Municipal Utilities Department.
Motion for adoption of resolution number 1968.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Questions, comments? Roll call, Clerk Young.
Councilwoman Parson,
Yes.
Councilwoman Fox,
Yes.
Councilwoman Horton,
Yes.
Councilman Smith,
Yes.
Councilwoman Taylor,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Cornman,
Yes.
Mayor Davis.
Yes, resolution number 1968 has been adopted. We will not have a closed meeting tonight. At this time, we will go into our city manager's report. Mr. Winters?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just a few things I wanted to highlight real quick. Last weekend, the Margaret Harwell Art Museum had an opening for its art exhibit celebrating Black History Month that will be open for the rest of this month. If you haven't had a chance, stop by and see. That's a really nice exhibit he's got at the museum. Steve Whitworth does a great job bringing in some really high-quality art shows for us to see. It's kind of nice to have that luxury here in a small town like we live in. Busy weekend at the Coliseum this weekend. The United Gospel Rescue Mission's Chili Cook-Off is Saturday during the day, and then the staff here at the Coliseum will put that all away and set up chairs, and we'll have the Randy Rogers concert Saturday night. And then next weekend is Bulls and Bands at the Coliseum. So some big events coming up this weekend and next. So if you have opportunity to come out to the Coliseum, I'm sure Greg will be glad to see all of you. So that's all I have. I appreciate it.
Sunday, we've
Yes, ma'am.
done the breaking bread.
Yes, ma'am.
For the bread shed. We need to be there by 11. And we serve from 12 to 1:30, so after cleanup, hopefully everybody stays. 2:30-ish, should get out of there. If anybody feels inclined to come help cook, I'll be there at 8 o'clock. I think it'll be a great day. I think everybody will really enjoy themselves.
So you need some help around 11.
Yes,
So-
and if your families want to come, I mean, my granddaughter will be there. She just loves doing it. My daughter-in-law, so bring your families, bring whoever to serve and talk to the people and eat with them. You'll be able to have a free meal too.
Sounds good. Is there any other business before the,
Oh, and you'll enter the bread shed. Will be on the street between the bread shed and the church. Like, what's that street name? Yeah, the street. That goes.
That one.
That street, like in front of Frosty's. whatever.
Hazel Street?
Hazel, okay. So there's a door there on the side. I'll park right in front of it, so you'll know. And usually by 11 I'll have it unlocked, but if you get there before 11, just knock and I'll let you.
okay, thank you. Is there any other business for the council? If not, do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Meeting adjourned.